evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hartwood Turning in the stable studio. Got my tea. The most important thing. Lovely. I'm going to introduce you to the Hallions in the background. You thought it was bad last night. Terrible bad news tonight, guys. Terry's back. God help us. That's all I can say. God help us. And Joe woke up, so she's here
I did,
too.
yeah.
Only
Yay.
just. She was asleep before we came
And
in.
William's back as
Right.
well. Good man, William. Thank you.
Evening, everybody.
So that's the
Good
support
evening,
crew
all.
for this evening. Whether they need any support or not will be dependent on what happens next.
I think you have it all
So-
in hand.
I'm going to put you guys back in the background,
Mm.
and I'm going to review what I did yesterday. So we did the whole multi-position turning thing yesterday, using the faceplate ring and just swinging it on one screw at a time. So started on screw one, swung it on out, put the rest of the screws in, then off center turned it, and then we finished up with we did the we put the faceplate ring back in the center and we turned out the center, and then we tried to decorate it, but it didn't go too well. The decoration last night was cameras far too low.
Not up to par.
Yeah, man. No, it was terrible. It was worse than not up to par. It was terrible. It was terrible. So I had a little bit of a rethink, and I'll show you where we got to.
I bet Lucy liked it.
Lucy likes everything I do.
Show me.
So here's the piece of wood. This is the piece of wood that we did. We turned, and there's what it looks like now. So it looks a little bit different than it did, and I'll talk you through what I've done to it today. Basically, all these bits had a little bit in here that was painted green, and it didn't work correctly. I didn't like the green to start with, so we've changed it somewhat, and we've got some texture in here and then here, which utilizes this little tool, which is a diamond cutter for the Dremel. You can buy them cheap Chinesian ones. You don't want expensive ones for this job. And I've mounted two together. I don't know if you can see that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Double the
Two
trouble.
spaced by a tiny little washer, which just gives you an extra. Instead of doing one line at a time, you're doing two at a time. So use that tool for this texture here, which took a little while, but not too long. And then I used this tool, the little round cut saw bar. I'll show you that close up too. There's a little cut saw bar. That's the round, I think it's 10 mil, I think. Let me get my verniers and find out. Yeah, it's just slightly over 10 mil. I think it's a 10 mil ball before they start adding the carbides to the tip of it. So we use that to cut all these little balls here. And the trick with that is slower speed, and don't just dig it in because it'll burn. Kind of stroke it in if you like, and do it gently, and you'll get a much better finish. So once we had that done, I coloured this using something a little bit different. I used these colours instead, because these are a little bit more, a bit brighter. So I used, not the red, I used the purple. It's quick draw liquid ink. So Indian Drawniks liquid draw they're called. You can see that on there. Liquid draw. And they're an Indian ink. So I used the purple on here. And then I used the orange on this piece. And then I used some Joe Sonia's dry brushed over the top, the gold on here, just to highlight the circles. So that's how I achieved that. And the remainder of the texture that's on it remains the same. The only change in here is I filled in the little texture with some golden Belgian wax, just to give it a little bit more of a highlight. Can't really see it there, but it's quite hard to get the texture just to come out.
Probably see it where you are, but it's
yeah, you can see it when you look at it in true light. Now, the next thing I did to this, in order to try and finalize the piece, is I've taken the liberty of doing this off camera. You see there's two little holes drilled in there in the middle of the piece. So 4 little holes, 2 little holes, times 4. North, south, east, and west, if you like. And that leads me on to the next piece. So those little holes are for these little brass rods, which will hold this piece. Whew. So this is a piece of spalted beech. It's not very much spalting in it. There is the odd bit. You can see the spalting on the end here. But well, I don't think we're going to use most of that. I've got it on a faceplate ring, and I'm going to mount it on the chuck, and I'm going to turn some texture and stuff on it, leaving the outside exactly the way it is. So it's a square at the minute, and it has to stay a square. The reason for that, we'll see when we get there. So that's the only bit of turning that's going to happen tonight, but there are a couple of other processes as well, and we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to mount this on the lathe, and I'm just going to welcome you all in. I hope. Yeah. Rubber sorbet chuck on the lathe, and off we go. Go on then.
Would you like me to read out who's in the chat?
Yeah, Joe, that's the perfect volunteering. Yeah, absolutely, of course, I would love to. Won't be here with me.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome. So, at the top
Oh, mate, did.
of the chat on my screen is
Go from the bottom up, Joe.
Oh,
James.
no, I'm not doing that.
No, no.
Michelle Oosby. But he's already interfering.
I know.
We
he
vow
is.
was
For
the
Craft and
first.
Creations. The professor of words known as Rob. We
Just
have
come in.
Weavow, Richard Phelan, Doug Miller at Woodspun Round, Copper Eye Wood Turning, another Rob. We've got
The-
Clint at Wood Dancers.
The eagle-eyed monkey will notice that there's corresponding holes in the edges of this. So I'll maybe give you a clue what's going to happen. Let's go to there.
We've got
Move
Andy,
this
Door
out of the way.
60.
Hello, Andy.
We've got the Klondike Craftsman. Good evening, Lewis. You're early.
Hey, Lewis.
How's your dad today, Lewis?
Paul Finley Woodturner at Home.
Hey, Paul.
We've got Grandma Roof Tube. Hi, Roof. Todd at Glen Cove Woodworks. Barry Chitty. And if you didn't already know, it's Barry's birthday today.
Happy birthday to
happy
Barry.
birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday,
to
Barry.
Barry.
Already wished him happy birthday.
So did I.
Sorry, Barry. I had to do that. Terry Bartlett.
Ciao.
Terry the
Mark at
Badge
Termagant
Bartlett.
Crafts.
So we'll continue the little dome theme in the middle. Doesn't really matter about that, actually, because it doesn't really. Yeah, well, we'll continue the little dome theme. So safety glasses on.
Talk. James
Stand over
Crawford.
to one side. Turn the lathe on. Turn the speed up.
Brian Greenhaven Creations. Kelsey Crafts.
So I'm not sure if you can see the lines in that or not, but there's little lines in there just to help me out, see where I'm going to go. I want to try and get this to go in here straight.
We've got Tren Creek Woodturn at Cornwall. That's a new one to me, I'm sure. Malcolm Douglas. Benjamin.
Hey, Ben.
Alan Gibb. I'm just taking my time, everyone, so please bear with me. And I think I've got down to the bottom. I'm not sure whether I've read 53 names out, but
You take as long as
got
you want, Joe. Never you worry what
I've-
Terry says.
You just
I've
wake
got
me up
down
when you're
to the
finished,
bottom.
Joe.
Shut your face. Anyway, so, and we've got the wood dude, Stephen. So,
Hey, Stephen.
oh, Ben says, guys, I've made a mistake. I bought frozen mash. Yeah, that's not good.
Oh.
We've got Andy the Valley Wood Turner in.
Hi, Andy. Did you say Lucy was in?
I didn't know. And
Oh,
Doug
well,
Bennett.
oh no, where's Lucy?
Yeah, I don't know.
So that's nice.
Throwing the kids out, I expect.
Yeah,
That's
she's probably
good.
getting kiddies ready for bed.
Happy with that already. So I'm going to start there at 2:40, Grit, just to sand that up.
Okay.
Always make sure you take your tool rest out the way before you start sanding. The last thing you want to do is trap your fingers between your piece of work and your tool rest.
Now, somebody, I don't know whether it was Rob the Professor, was asking, have you done the draw for the
No,
moisture meter?
no. That's the short answer.
So you haven't missed it then, Rob?
No, you haven't missed it. I went back
If
and
you
had a
did,
look
it
at the
was wrong.
video, and there was only 7 people put a comment in. So no, obviously nobody
So-
wants the moisture meter.
So 2 of those 7 get it then.
Correct.
Just we'll give them 1 each.
I'll do it later. I suppose I could do it later if I could find a comment picker thing. Have a
We'll
quick
write
look
their
at that.
names down, Brian. Put them on a table, shuffle them all around, and me and
Yeah.
William or Joe or whatever to say number 2 or number 1. Put a
Aye,
number
right,
on that.
yeah.
That's all.
Just-
That would work.
I'll just get a
Pete
comment
Twisted
picker.
Trees is in. Good evening, Pete.
So I want a little bead on there now.
Twisted
Brent
Pete suffered.
Beecroft is in.
Twisted Pete's come back from looking after the grandchildren. Well
Tell
done,
him, is
Pete. Got back all right.
Survived the day.
Good man, Pete. Survived.
Lucy
Lucy Bundy
losing.
Rose in.
Lucy.
One child down, one to go. Good evening, everybody. Lucy says. I'd hand the child over to Andy.
Yeah. Cunning plan.
I thought so.
I would normally do a V-cut with a screw there, but I'm not going to. I'm looking for a parting tool, which is just, there it is. Just kind of escaped my view for a second. So I'm just going to put a little cut in there with a parting tool. Just like that. And that'll allow me to make a bead there.
Stephen says, Brian, I need that moisture meter. Post it here to save time. A gentleman wood turner's in, and Kim says hi too.
Oh, Kim and Mark.
Hey, Mark and Kim.
Spirit and Bear is in. Is that Kez?
That's Kez and Phil, yeah.
Kez and or Phil.
And or Phil then. And we've also
Mhm.
got Fred Gillifer in the chat.
Never 100% sure about the two of them because they
Go under
They
the
do.
same.
go under the same name, you see, so it can be a little bit confusing. So I'm just kind of sanding this as I go because it's actually a nice piece, a really nice piece of wood. It's cutting really nicely. So if I can get this
Roy's
down
the
to
boys
240
in.
now,
Hello, Roy.
I won't have
Good
to come
evening.
back really. Now,
It does look nice, even though it hasn't got a lot of spalting.
it
You
hasn't
can
got
see
very
the-
much spotting at all. But you can see the grain pattern on it.
JP Woodworks joined us. Good evening, JP.
JP.
Hey, JP.
Are you having doing any colour on it, Brian, or not?
I'm open to suggestion, Terry.
Oh,
Oh, heck.
I know. I'm going to put a
See
bit of
what the
texture
wood
on
looks
this.
like at the end.
Just going to put a little bit of texture on this dome.
Jamie's asking how you all doing.
go on, guys.
Super duper. Super duper.
Turn the speed down to about 500-ish.
Oh, I relate to that. The professor said, I had a cheeky little snooze with the dog earlier, but I seem to have been out for months and I woke up and it's autumn. God, doesn't time go really fast?
That's hibernation.
Right, how long did dogs sleep?
Ow. Oh, that's quite a nice spiral. And that needs a little bit of sanding as well, so we'll just take the little fuzzies off that.
Fuzzies.
Fuzzies, yeah, that's a technical term
For ends.
for the little bits of ends that get torn out with the spiraling cutter.
And Benjamin says Brian is like a much older version of Stuart Farini.
There's a description in
Who
it.
said,
Trust
who
me,
said that?
Trust me, I saw Stuart yesterday. He's not.
Right, so I just want a little line in here just to finish that texture off. So we'll use our point tool. Just draw that back a tiny little bit.
Now,
And it's just
wood
right
turning with-
at the very bottom of that bead there. So just about there somewhere. And we'll let the point trail slightly. Just a little. There we go. It should be nice.
Mm.
Perfect.
We're turning with Barry's in. He's not too well. He says, "Good evening, everybody."
Oh,
I'm
even
still
Barry.
very, very ill at the moment. Just sitting in
Ah.
the background. Will you stay sitting quietly, Barry? I'm
Yeah,
thinking of you, mate. You take it easy.
Yep, indeed, mate.
yeah.
Fingers crossed for you, Barry. Hope everything comes
Second
right.
Yeah.
Right, so what we're going to do after this bead now? Do a nice flat bit with another bit of texture on it. I think so. So we'll take a beading and pattern tool. I'll just use it as a negative rate scraper and we'll make a little flat in here.
Okay.
More speed.
If that's spalted, it might tear out on you, Brian.
Yep, I'm kind of watching for that, Terry. And what I'll do is, if it does spalt, if it does tear, what I'll do is I'll just go down far enough that I can stop and then do one last cut with the
Window gauge or bull gauge or something.
spindle gauge or the bowl gauge.
Yeah.
That would work.
It's actually coming not too bad. I just want to get a little seat at this end. Right, I'll use the thinner pattern tool.
Raymond Wise is in the chat. Good
I'll
evening.
use this
Raymond.
one. It might cut it a bit better.
Okay.
Stephen the Word D wants to know if anybody is attending the Weekender next month. Not
Yeah,
I.
unfortunately not. Unfortunately, I would like to go, but I don't think I can manage.
I should be away next month on holiday when it's happening.
Oh, so you
Okay.
over it enough. I forgot about that. Oh God, that means Terry will be here. Oh jeez.
Yeah, so if Brian goes to the Weekender, I'll have his house to myself.
So we'll just try and take a little cut out there. Just try and smooth that out nicely. And as I'm getting towards the edge, this is a spindle gauge, by the way, guys. As I get towards the edge, I'll show you that again in a second. So just take that in. And that'll give me room there to put another little line matching that one. Bring the spindle gauge out this way. And as I get towards the end, I'm just going to close the face. Bevel rubbing, bevel rubbing, bevel rubbing. Close the face. So that should make that relatively smooth. Well, so sand that up again.
Spider Spid has joined us. And for the life of me, I can't remember.
Can't remember his name either.
Me either.
Somebody put in the chat there. Right, what kind of texture would you like to see in this bit? I think what we do.
Do you want, if you're having it to match the other page, do you want to put some little balls in there, like dots or something?
Well, I was thinking maybe more on the outside edges, Terry, but I was
Okay.
thinking maybe in here, do the old orange peel effect with the, because we did some orange peel effect on that in the center of the other one.
Yeah, that would
Mhm.
look good, yeah. I'm sure anyway, so that you can take
So
it
what
off
you've
if you
got to
don't
try and
need
imagine, guys, this is going to be cut into 4. So we're just going to have wedges of this.
Ah, right.
You getting the idea now? It's going to be
Phil
4 separate
Coast.
pieces.
Phil Coast Wood Turning, or Simon, has joined us. Good evening,
Fly,
Simon.
Coast. Fly.
Hey, Simon.
Flied.
Nice, Simon. How you doing, buddy?
Are you sure it's Flied?
Flight. Flyde.
Oh, it's FIYLDE. That's
Is
a
it?
flight.
Flight. Is it not flight?
No,
How would you say it?
I said field actually. Well, it could be filed for all I know. As the Y's before the L. Oh well.
Don't worry,
Let's just
Simon.
continue.
Cares.
Simon
Good
doesn't
Simon,
evening,
innit?
Simon. And
Simon
Graham
said.
Hearn's in. And
Hey,
Baz
Hey,
from
Graham.
Real Simple Things is in too.
Hi,
Good
Baz.
evening,
Graham.
gentlemen.
Welcome along, boys.
Oh, right, so
Good to have you all here.
segments. So we're allowed to have different things in different segments.
Well,
Well, you want it looking sort of
I want
proportional.
it kind of
Symmetrical.
symmetrical-ish.
So
Although remember, this is not symmetrical either. So this bit's not symmetrical either. So you know it has.
so what you're trying to say is you're allowed two patterns to
Well,
match
you
the
can.
two
Well,
patterns that you've
no, I'm
already.
not saying anything. What my intention was to keep them all the same. So as the four
Well, they're all
pieces
going to be
choice.
turned the same, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because
well,
they're all going to be looking the same as they're turned. Because you can't do anything different than that unless you turn them separately.
got a little bit of tear out just up in there.
Jeff. Who's Jeff?
But anyway, I'm going to put some little bits of texture in that. So we'll pull this back a little bit again. Just and I'll put it there just to show you that. So it's quite a distance from the piece. But that's because this beastie here has to sit on it. It's not far enough back yet. So way back there. Even further.
Oh, filed.
So there.
It's
Irish
filed.
bit is Jeff.
Oh, hi, Jeff.
Jeff
Filed, is it?
again. I'm not sure I can remember Jeff.
I need to
Jeff.
turn that down again to about 500 for the spiraling and texturing tool. Try and get it on center.
So, Simon is saying it's like filed. I will try my hardest to remember it, but I can't guarantee it.
Yeah, now can I?
Nah.
Just got cramp in my hand. That's never a good look.
Cramps
So
awful
I'm
in
actually
your upper
pressing
thigh.
quite heavy on this to try and get it to make decent sized holes.
Right.
It should do. Ow. God.
Just changed the camera there, Brian. Sorry, forgot to say.
Oh, sorry. There you go. Just what you.
Oh, that looks good. That looks good.
There we go.
Yeah.
I've got lots of nice little holes. Again, we'll sand that up. Just take the fuzzies off it. Being careful not to stick my hand in below this because it isn't round and it will be painful.
Yeah, just a touch.
Yeah, you
someone
don't need
someone
to
told me that
Don't-
hurts.
Don't sand the edges. Or the outside edges.
Yeah, somebody told me that once. I can't remember who it was. Who you going?
Someone told me.
It smarts a bit when you hit that. Now.
It's a proper lump,
Oh,
isn't it?
I made a mistake there. I should have put a little line in there, didn't I? Just to highlight that bead.
You still can.
Nah, because there's texture on both sides of it. There'll be texture on both sides of it. Then I'll just leave it. Looks all right, I think.
Yeah.
I think it looks good. So what's next? We'll leave this flush, I think, and we'll texture that bit with something. So we'll just use the pattern tool again. And we'll just make another groove about here somewhere. Right there. Just put the line on the inside of my texturing tool, the inside. Not texturing tool. So just there. And we'll texture this rim with something. What would you like? Little balls
Something
again?
plain.
Or
Well,
we could actually
Yeah, I
leave
like
it plain,
balls.
right?
we know that, Joe.
Let me just do a
Now-
little bit.
Yeah.
Yes, Terry?
So that's going to sit on the points, obviously. So you've got to imagine that on the corners of or not the corners, but on the middles of each piece.
So the metal rods will be here, and the points
Yeah.
will be facing out the way.
Yeah.
Right.
So you've got to
So
think.
this will be cut in half.
Yeah, I know that.
You know
So
the
hold the piece
bits.
above it, Brian,
This bit.
on one of the pins where it was going to sit.
Hold the
Hold
piece
your
above.
the piece you did last night. Just hold it above it. You can just sit it on it for now.
Be like that. See,
So it's
Yeah.
going to be. So it's right.
it's going to be a
I'm
space.
just trying to think what you could. Yeah.
See what I mean? So if I text this bit,
Yeah. You
the
could
outside,
do half of that red. You know, the dips, and then the other half on the other side, the squiggles.
This-
Or half of
so
each.
you want
Matching
round
those
on
two
here,
halves. You want to try and link it together. You see.
and then squiggly bits on here.
You want to link it together, don't you, Reese?
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying. If not, it might look odd that you're not linking them.
So if that goes on that one, that has to go right to that one.
Exactly.
So
See,
then
so
we'd
you'd
have
have right
poles
around the
there.
corner. You'd have the
And then
dips,
round
or
there,
you'd have the orange.
it would have
There,
to
and the other
be
one you have the
orange and
dips.
orange.
See what I mean?
Confusing now.
It's like it's carrying on the piece.
Right. Okay. Let's
That's just my thoughts.
yeah.
If
Let's.
you're not going to
let's
colour it, it really don't matter. Actually, you know.
no, it doesn't really. Right. Let's try something. Let's try.
Donna
So
Love
you might
Angel
not
Artist and
want
Matthew
to
Lawrence
do
has
any on
joined
there
us.
at all.
Hi, Donna. Hi, Matthew. Welcome
Yeah, I
along.
don't know.
Good evening.
Why didn't you wait till you finished? Why didn't you wait till you cut it? And because you can do that sitting down, and you know, why didn't before you start printing
Yep.
load of texture on it, the pieces when you've got
Yeah.
them cut, it might look different.
I could finish the whole thing actually before I start to texture it.
Yeah.
Before I actually
That's what I
use
mean.
before I
That's what I
use this
mean.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you don't want to do it now and think, oh, it doesn't look right. But you know, once you got it there, you can see how it would look in your mind. You know.
That last band that you sanded, Brian. What about just putting a cove in that and colouring it, and just texture the external pieces?
And then just texture this bit.
Just texture that piece, yeah.
You want a bit of colour in here? Do you think?
Well,
Yeah,
if
but
you
put
colour,
the
you have to colour it
cove
all
it
when you.
slightly.
Well, we can put a cove in it. That's easy enough.
Cove it slightly, yeah.
Cove's not a big deal.
Go with
Use
your own,
the-
whatever your
Yeah.
No,
The thing
I
is, when
like
you-
that. I love the input,
The
guys.
thing is, you cut it in half. When you cut it up into pieces, it
Mhm.
looks totally different than as a whole. When you marry it up to the piece you've already done, you might not like it. Then you might think, "Oh, I wish I'd done this or that." So it's better to do that later, which you can do. You can always texture it later after you've made it. You know. Because it'll become 4 separate pieces. You want it to sort of marry into the piece.
Or you want it to be a contrast and stand out.
But yeah, but if it stands out too much, it defeats the object of the centerpiece, which is, you know, I think they should all be linked together somehow by a color or a texture or a size. You know, if you're doing separate, you've got to get. If you're doing separate pieces, they should link in some way, even if it's just a piece of color.
Once again, just a little bit of sanding. All the sanding so far has been done with 240 grit. So. It's a nice sharp edge on there. It's good. Just need to blend. There's a tiny little tool mark just right around the outside edge there, but it should disappear just with a little bit of sandpaper.
Just to see that.
And if it doesn't, we'll come back with the gouge again, do it again. But I'm hoping it's going to disappear. I could always use 180 grit or something if I need to. Let's try that. There we go. Can always use embellishing waxes and stuff in here as well, guys.
You can, yeah, but well, yeah.
we're
But
finished.
what now or after you've done it?
Well, you can apply it
Yeah,
either way.
yes.
It doesn't really matter. It's-
Actually, you could put gold embellishing wax in that texture there because you've already got that in your
Yeah.
other piece.
yeah, this bit here, you mean?
That'll
That bit, yeah,
match
where your
with
thumb
the
is.
the other
dimples.
bit.
Yeah.
That's one.
And then-
That's one thing bringing it together, isn't it? See,
Mhm.
And then a band of colour
there
there.
have some relation between the two. Or
Well,
else
the
it's
band of
just a
colour
ball.
needs to be this this bluish, bluey greeny colour.
Can't
It's
see it.
called.
Camera.
I can't-
Just hold it up there, Brian. We can't see it. Sorry.
alright. It's the bluey greeny here.
Yeah.
We need to, or it needs to be the copper. I don't know, copper. But that stuff is hard to put on. It's actually, what is it called? I forgot what it's called now. Turquoise. That's the Bulger's turquoise. That, which is quite
Right.
hard to get on without it bleeding. So
Right.
Unless you
Right,
burn
yeah.
the rims.
yeah,
You can put a burn in the rim while it's spinning there, can you? Won't bleed then.
I right up into here, you mean?
Yeah.
You could burn that just slightly. It wouldn't spin. It wouldn't.
Just come down to 180 grit to try and get rid of that little tool mark now,
Yeah.
because it's now annoying me.
Jason Leveron is in. Hey, Jason.
Good evening,
Right,
Jason.
Jason, welcome along, buddy.
We do suggest embellishing wax, please.
Yeah, Woody just wants to see me using embellishing wax.
Yeah,
That's what that's about, isn't it, Stephen?
that's what it is. Ruby Claire's in.
Pleasant.
Ruby.
Ruby.
Hey,
Evening,
Ruby.
Right, I need to get rid of these lines from the outside here now. Should have used the rubber. Takes it off better. Or the eraser, should I say.
Yeah, that works quicker.
It does. Sandpaper has a job getting lead off. Or graphite.
It sometimes forces it into the grain in the wood.
Depends on how hard you press the pencil. The first place.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not that delicate, Terry. You know me.
No, we noticed.
Ain't that delicate, folks. That's not my fault.
We're going to do blaming on the parents.
Yeah, of course. Who else? Yeah, everything gets blamed on your parents, does it not? So I'm just going to use. That's too heavy. Quick bit of 180 grit. Try and do these wings a little bit. See, will that help get rid of that sanding lines or pencil lines, should I say? And that did the job nicely. Now I need a 240 grit again in here. That's not 240. It's not. It's 180. So we'll do 240 in here again, just because we've got rid of that little. The 180 grit took away the little tool mark that was there. I'm hoping. And that should nearly do. I think that'll do. So I'm going to sanding seal that now.
You're not going to be putting any stains in there then.
I don't
At
think.
all.
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I like the wood the way it is, but no, there's all.
Okay.
That needs to get. We'll up on that edge there just.
So you won't need to put the brown in, the green in there, so you won't need to burn it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to burn that edge there, Terry. And burn that edge.
Ward Wilson's in.
Depends on. Well, I suppose you could by
Good evening, Ward.
putting it in on an
Ward.
angle to burn that edge, can you?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Paul Kavanagh and Anthony Green's in. Good
Try
evening,
it, Tally.
gentlemen.
Hi, Paul. Hi, Anthony.
Try it. Yeah, try it, Brian. Just try it carefully. Yeah, look at that. That's right.
Works a treat.
Lovely job.
Paul Kavanagh's asking if you could start again, please, Brian.
No problem, Paul.
Be on time
go
next time, Paul.
Just press the rewind button. You'll be fine.
Just be on time next time.
So we do want a little line in there, don't we? Still want a pencil line there because if we're going to texture that, we want to know where the middle is, don't we?
Just a dot. Put a dot. That's all you need.
Well, I'll be texturing it anyway.
Next.
Tally. I hate this thing. Why does it do that? There. We've got a crow banger, which is about 25 yards or 50 yards from my house. And it's actually scaring 11 daylights out of my horses.
Letting it rip,
Right.
is it?
Who's that?
A crow banger. Bird
Uh-huh.
scarer, you know.
Yeah.
Need another little drink of tea. This little mug was given to me by Mr. Paul Kavanagh. And he also makes these guys. You need to be looking at these. Oh, look at this. These are little.
Very nice.
It's a fancy tin.
There's a fancy tin. These are little.
Got his own name
Yes.
on it.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me find that. There we go. There we go. It's got a the little Heartwood logo on it.
There,
Good
stop
ball.
there. Perfect.
Mhm.
Now tilt it a little bit more, There you are.
Stop.
Is that okay?
Don't move.
Yeah, it's
Don't
fine.
move.
Stay
Nice
together for an
little
hour.
25 mil discs made from stainless steel. Or steel,
But
anyway.
we're not too heavy because when you got to post all your work out, it costs you more.
No, we're only going to stick one in the bottom of in a piece, Terry. Right now, so that's that bit. I'm going to try and apply colour to this now.
Right.
Rob from
It's that green one.
Queen's Abrasives is in. Good
Hi,
evening,
Rob.
Rob.
Even Rob.
So
You
I'm
gonna-
putting
are
it
you
over
gonna-
to the chat.
You're going to spray it, or are you going to paint it,
No,
or are
I'm
you
going
going to
to
spin it
paint it on.
and touch it with a
Oh.
brush?
No, I'm going to take it off and paint it on by hand.
Okay.
Like,
Who makes them, Brian? Paul Kavanagh.
Paul
Paul
Kavanagh, right?
Right,
Yeah.
he's in the chat.
he's in the chat.
That's why he was late. He was busy making those.
He was minting coins.
Probably makes. What's the name pieces?
Yes, so blue.
I
Spirit
get
Bears
my
in.
order in the week, Paul.
Hello.
Guys and Phil.
That's Kez and Phil. They were in ages ago, Terry.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
I just spotted
They
them.
were, yeah.
I missed them and I didn't hear Joe say it because she forgets now and again.
I didn't forget at all. Brian said hello to them when I said.
I did.
Okay.
I said that's Kez and Phil. Because I think somebody said it was Phil. I think it was William, actually.
I
Yeah.
said it, I thought it was Kez, and then you said, "Oh, Phil,"
Okay.
Could be both.
or both. Yes.
Or both.
Overhead might be a better camera for this. I'm desperately trying not to make a mess of this.
I use a black line to save you. Paul says he
Mm.
was photographing some of them to put on his Facebook page today.
Ah, good man.
So watch
Little
that
tip,
space.
Brian. Just to help you a bit.
Take your time.
You know-
No rush.
Brian, little tip.
Yes, Terry.
As you roll around towards you, twist the brush just slightly, so you get a rolled edge on the blush. Twist the brush around towards you.
I'm doing it, Terry. I'm doing it.
Okay. You get a little rolled edge on the hairs. The hairs won't jump over then.
That's another thing you can show Brian.
It's a torture.
Make sure the back of the brush don't hit the inside circle. Because
Yeah,
if you're concentrating on the outside and you think, ah, damn, I've got it on there now.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of thinking
The
about
back
that
of the
as well,
brush,
Terry.
you're holding it low, and the back of the brush hits it.
Yep.
Zed's in. Zombiest of the wood
Oh,
turners.
he's dead.
Hey, Zed.
Even his head.
Yeah, you don't want to get it in that texture. The inside is the important
Yeah,
side
you
'cause
never
can
get it
sand
out,
it
will
off
you?
on the outside.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, true. I should have done the inside first, I think.
Well, you do you turn it around, do the other side, can you? Turn it around and face that side.
Oh, it's okay. I'm getting it.
No, you're not getting it.
I'm
You
getting
roll
it.
the brush so you get a nice sharp edge.
It's okay, Terry. I've got it. Just pull it up to the edge and lift it up so it doesn't go down into the texture.
Just imagine we're not here.
Well, I'd be sitting
He does
down.
that every time, Joe. He does that every time.
Yeah. Who? Who? What? Where? How many? Is anybody else holding their breath?
No.
Yeah.
I've got every confidence in you, Brian.
You're flying it.
Every confidence.
Chris and Bailey Woodwork is in. Hey, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hello, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
This is where you get a big hit and you put your hand on top of it and then you stick it somewhere
Yeah.
else and ruin the whole thing. I've done that more than once.
Haven't we all?
You have to think of the spurious surroundings.
That's a big word.
Spatial awareness, I think they call it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm usually pretty good at that. Glad you can't see my face because my tongue is sticking out and everything.
Yeah, I guess it's be something like that. Yeah.
He's chewing the end off it.
Ian
I've
Leach is
just,
in. Good evening,
Hi, Ian.
Ian.
Hello, Ian.
Nearly too much paint. Oh, this is a torture. Why did I say I would do this?
You're nearly there.
Don't know.
Just twist
No
that
panic.
brush slightly and you'll get a nice round corner.
It's just 8 o'clock.
Well, it's
Quick
mainly
shot.
about
To the
texture
workshop
now,
and get a
but
photo.
I'm not saying very much because I'm concentrating that hard.
Well, you
We're
don't
not
have to
saying very
talk,
much
do you?
either because we're not taking any notice.
Well, no, we're concentrating as well and we're not doing it.
Thanks, Terry.
Jason's asking, any plum
That's all
colour?
right, Brian.
I just don't think so. But, you know, you never
Any
know.
what?
You never know. You never know.
Any
Brian might
plum.
put plum on it.
Plum.
I have no plans for plum, I don't think, anyway.
No, that's not in the. It's not in the remit at the moment. It wasn't, was it? So, wasn't the original piece. You don't want to start changing the colours. You want to match them to make relevance. I mean, that might be
Oh.
enough. Just that green might be enough to, to reference it to the other piece, and you leave the rest clear.
Paul's asking, who's made the paints that you're using?
These are bulgers. I'll show you the bottle in a second. Oh. Well, in a minute when I finish this. Or 3 or 4 or 5.
Stuart and Grulio's in. Good evening,
I
Stuart.
don't know why I'm being so fussy here.
Oh, short.
Hi, Stuart. Welcome along.
You seek perfection. That's what it is.
Did anybody watch Wayne and Jamie's lives or premieres last night?
I caught
No.
Wayne's.
No, I was in bed.
Did you notice the difference?
It was on too late. I got tired sitting, well, not sitting watching, but long day yesterday. Got up at 6 o'clock, I think it was. Went to see Nick Hagar all day and got back
Brilliant.
about, well, I don't know, after your live had started. Went to bed. Had me tea. Great day it was yesterday.
Yeah, caught Wayne's and then hit the rack.
No, Wayne and Jamie did a different, slightly different style than normal.
Okay.
Did you do
Wayne
karaoke as well, or what?
No, well, Wayne did a bit more talking and describing what he was doing.
Good.
And less music. And so did JP.
Right.
I was quite surprised and pleasantly surprised, I have to say, because I didn't have to listen to what Wayne's music's like. It's pretty out there a bit. We're done.
Great. Well, Doug Miller's saying, I know you said turquoise, but it sure looks like navy blue on my screen.
It
does on my screen.
Did I pick up the wrong
Look
bottle?
how dark it is in the
Could be navy
little
blue.
cup.
Yeah, I think it's because it's against the wood. No, it is turquoise. And I'll show you the bottle now. Once I put the lid back on it, in case it spill it.
It's obviously a
Always tell just get a piece of white paper and paint it on.
There you go.
They'll tell what colour it is.
Yeah.
Bulger's turquoise. BOLG.
Well, that's what it says on the bottle, but they could have filled it with blue. You never know.
No, well, piece of white paper and paint a bit on.
Paintbrush on a piece of white paper. That's what you do.
Yes, Terry.
Before you start, then you know, you or they have made a mistake. Turquoise.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Which is a blue? Turquoise blue or turquoise
Turquoise
green,
blue, yeah.
whichever you are.
Yep. Blue or green, one of the two.
Brian Elton
Turquoise blue.
It's just because I think it looks that dark
Right.
because it's still wet.
And it's
It'll
soaking in
dry
as
out
well.
a little bit.
Good evening,
But
Brian.
the wood, because it's dark wood, that'll make it a bit darker anyway.
Yep.
Isn't that right, Terry?
It is.
See, I do listen, Terry.
Good man. I thought you would.
I don't pay attention much, but I do listen.
I know you don't pay attention, but you listen. And then you bring it out when it suits. I know, yeah. Take the credit for it. I don't mind, Brian.
That's all right, mate. Anytime.
Your man.
Right, so what we
many
need to do now
talents.
is work out how we're mounting this.
On brass pins, you said?
Yeah, but which way round these are going to be.
Oh, right.
So as I can write on what this is going to be.
What do you mean which way around? They're all the same, are they? They're all going to be similar.
No, so this will have to be lines. Lines. Balls.
Put O and R. Orange and red. That's what I do.
Lines and
O and R.
balls.
And then that's going to rotate round there like that.
Yeah, so that'll be red and
So
orange.
that's balls round to there, and that's lines. Rotate round again.
In there. That's orange and red.
And balls. We'll just do them now.
And then you
Put the thing on.
And then as long as you mark
You need to mark your corner to corner now, don't you?
corner, which one's going to be cut first. But it doesn't matter if you're going to cut them now. If you're going to
This one is all balls.
It doesn't matter now because you've marked them all, so they'll fit anyway now. They'll fit automatically, won't they?
So we'll use this little cutter again. This little dude.
Do your different ones.
Use my.
Ben says, reminds me of a pomegranate. I said, yes, I said that earlier on.
That's exactly what Joe said. Yeah.
So it could be called the pomegranate sculpture.
It's getting very highfalutin, that, Terry. The pomegranate sculpture. So I'm going to sit down and do this. Just bring that chair in and sit down. Extractor on. Right, so this bit is.
Do you need to mark that corner to corner? No. Doesn't matter if you go.
No, I've made it. No, you'll see. No.
That wouldn't make much difference.
Oh wait, my machine's not plugged in. Oh, it is plugged in. What's going on here? There we go. No speed on it, that's what's wrong. So I'm going to use about half speed on this. Is that dry enough?
Start at the nearest corner then. Do it that way.
Does this mean I'm going to have to colour this as well?
Well, I was just thinking you may have to, but you know.
Hope I can remember what colour I used.
Oh, you can see it on the original. Yeah.
It's just kind of random.
Yeah, I wouldn't go off the edges though.
I'm trying not to.
It digs in quick, that thing, doesn't it?
Doesn't it? Chews it up. Do those things clog up, Brian?
Or very
Oh.
little.
Okay.
Just show you that.
Never used one, so I don't know if you do.
So it's they do get a little bit on them.
Hmm.
So that takes care of it.
I was just going to
That
say, hit
takes
it with a
care of it.
blowtorch and it'll burn it all off.
Yeah, that's exactly what some people have suggested. Just a little blowtorch and off you go. So I'm just going to go over some of them again. They're not very deep. And I'm trying not to leave the tool in there too long because it just burns. And it'll
Yeah.
burn particularly well on like softwoods, like well, softwoods, sycamore, whitewoods. It burns like the very double. So you got to be careful when you see how that start to burn there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you just kind of touch it in and then
Ben wants
And
to
if
know
you
where the dishwasher's safe.
well, they're carbides, so I don't see why not.
I think they are. You got enough of them. Bit expensive running a dishwasher, isn't it? For one.
It would be for one carbide. So that's that side. We'll do this side as well now. So this is what I was doing today when I fixed the bit from yesterday. I'm actually getting into the swing of doing this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've had plenty of practice.
Regular carver soon.
Yeah, I quite fancy trying my hand at a carving thing.
Get a bit of lime if you can do that. No point trying an arterwards.
No.
Try a bit of lime. Like cutting cheese.
Well, I've got 5 lime trees planted up at the yard, but there might
Well,
be a
you
year
say
or
they
two.
cut them
As
down.
well.
Didn't say you had to cut them
a year or
down.
two before they're ready.
I just pick up a piece of lime and have a go with it, and you know you'll see it's quite nice to to carve.
Can't remember who I first seen using this technique.
Yeah.
Probably Wayne the Woodturner, I think.
Possibly.
And
Mine has
another,
texture and down to a fine art.
there's another girl called Elizabeth Weber.
Hmm.
Icosa Works, I think she comes out. She's only on Instagram though.
Right.
I'm using a pair of pliers to pull it out because just in case it's hot. And I'll stick this in. And this is what makes the lines. And this will burn because there's nothing you can do about this. It just does. But you can see with the two blades on it, it does it just that little bit quicker. And I'm trying not to go over the edge, if I can avoid it. And I'm
Yeah,
starting
it's
to
nice not to break the line in it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to angle it now so as when it comes to here, it's kind of straight off the corner, if you like.
Yeah.
So just angle it a little bit more. And it doesn't really matter, you can kind of go back over it again if you feel you want to make it a bit heavier. So I need to get that out a little bit further. It's not quite far enough out towards the edge, but it's not. I don't want it right at the edge. Not matter there because there's going to be a bit missing there. So that'll not matter. Let's go back to here again.
Pete Twisted Tree says he's home now. That is better. I thought he was turning a matchbox on my phone screen. How come only 24 people have given a thumbs up? Has he been bad?
I've been bad again, Pete. Doesn't make for very exciting watching this, but again we're starting to bring it round the circle. This beach is actually behaving quite well.
Spotting hasn't gone too far yet, so pretty
No,
good.
it hasn't.
Just at the right time.
Yeah, just at the right time for this kind of job anyway. So basically I'm holding with this hand and my finger is doing the up and down. Just a bit like a Morse code key, Gary. And my thumb is on the piece, and that's the spring, if you like, and this is the. Did you read that, Terry?
I read it. It said, Terry, you're invincible.
No, I don't think it was.
You still remember Morse code, Brian?
Did Alpha, da did it Bravo, da did it Charlie, da did it Delta, det Echo,
He still remembers it.
da did it Zulu. Did it says, da Zulu. It's hard to forget it, Terry.
It is.
Although I would struggle to read Morse code now, like that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you
I
need
expect
to-
I would.
you
well,
need to get back
I
into
would
the way.
struggle to read it really fast, but
Aye,
you know,
any-
I used to do
any
it.
speed, yeah.
Used to do it at 40 or 42 words a minute. I could
That's
read and send it.
about 4 times as fast as I could do. Well, no, 3 times. I manage 16 words a minute. That's as fast as I could go.
It's good going though.
Yeah, it is. I spent hours with a Morse code key and a book
Don't
of.
ask Ruth. Don't ask Ruth how long I've spent on them.
Yeah. With a book with letters, groups of 5 letters.
Yeah, numbers. Yeah, random.
Letters and numbers is right. Just an absolute torture of a thing trying to learn it, but it was good fun.
That's a section of your life you'll never get back.
I did it for
Yeah,
like
that's true.
30 years.
Holy moly.
No, I only did it for about 4 or 5. I had to learn it when we went to Hong Kong because we used to communicate with the UK on HF radio
Is that, yeah.
through
What?
centre fed and single end dipoles.
Dipoles, yeah.
Yep. Try to bounce the signal off the ionosphere and get it back down again. It's interesting.
It's very interesting, yeah. Or you get what's the name? Skip from the I can't remember the name. What it's called now, where you bounce it the wrong way around the world and it's longer to get there, but
All right.
because of the ionosphere delay or whatever it was, you could do it that way.
The ionosphere.
Yeah, but depending on which layer you were using,
Yep.
lower signals travel through further. So AM will go right through the world, right through the actual planet, out the other side. That was quite good to do, but the carrier was AM carrier is a bit big. So you end up talking to everybody else's television as well.
I think
I bet that won't go down a treat.
I remember where I used to live, I had a radio station up in the loft. I was talking one day and I hear the front door go, We've answered the front door. Next minute, clunk, clunk, clunk up the stairs, up my step ladder into my loft. Clunk, 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 clunk. I said, "What's up?" He said, "It's my mate Pete who lived next door." I said, "Oh, Pete, what do you want?" He said, "Well, I've been sitting for the last 2 hours listening to your conversation." He said, "But I can't hear the other guy, so I've come to listen."
One end of a conversation is never good, is it?
Yeah, I was actually talking through voice, and he said, "I come to listen to the other guy." I said, "All I can hear is your side." Coming over my television.
So again, we'll try to get rid of the fuzzies. Don't really want fuzzies. I'm not convinced I actually want to colorize them.
Don't.
But I will use some embellishing wax. Stephen, you'll be pleased to hear.
Just use the waxes and not anything else. That's fine. Whatever you do, Brian, it will look good.
Well, as long as I don't mess up the cutting of this up now, that'll be the.
Well,
That's
carefully, right? Yeah.
There you go. There's a texture piece now. Looking not too bad, I think. So, sanding
Looking
steel
all right.
that now.
Have we said hello to Gav today, Woodworks?
No.
No, I don't think so. Hi,
Sure.
Gav.
You're
Hi, Gav.
in charge of chats, Joe.
Good evening, Gav. Oh, I don't know. You're
Here, Gav.
in competition with me usually.
I'm talking to Brian at the moment. Nice.
Stick that on there.
Okay.
In charge of chats.
And just give it a quick spray with. Look at that. Even managed to remember to change the camera.
We were on you.
Yeah. William was glued to the screen, just waiting for you to miss it.
Waiting for you to mess up.
No. Would you boys do that?
No.
No.
Oh,
Look
have
at
to
the
go
colour
on
come
it.
out in that now.
We wouldn't drop you in it.
Much. So this piece of wood is far too thick in comparison to the other bit, so we'll give that a couple of minutes to dry off. And then we'll add some embellishing wax. Where is my embellishing wax? There it is.
It looks good as is now. It just needs a clock in the centre.
Oh, don't spoil it, William.
That's what I'm going to do in here, William. When I get fed up looking at it, I'm just going to put a clock in there.
Murray
Simple.
Klein has joined us. I thought I'd tell you because it'll be an hour before Joe recognises it.
Well, I don't like to
Oh,
interfere people talking. So
Hey, Mary.
anyway, Pete said when I
Mr. Pete
said I
said,
wouldn't be home. Pete said, when I said I wouldn't be home in time to hear one, Brian said, "Hope you had a good day and hope you behaved yourself." Of course I had a good day because I didn't behave myself.
I
Good
see.
man, Pete.
Good man, Pete. I'm proud of you.
I know, Pete. Before ever that conversation started, I said, before we even started the live, I said, Pete's out with the grandchildren today, and our buddy's feeding him up all the E numbers and everything. Bit of
Yep.
luck,
Yeah.
extra
I
chocolate,
agreed. Yep.
chips and Mars bars, Red
Coca-Cola.
Bull. William suggested Red Bull.
So you should be.
Great.
Yeah, he did actually.
And hand them back.
So we'll take that back off just so you guys can see that.
So we knew you weren't behaving yourself, Pete.
Can't remember what colour I used on this other bit.
Well, go get it.
Just hold
think
the
it
other piece up to it.
I think it was bronze.
Show us. We'll have a look.
Did you say?
Which
was
bit you mean in the middle? It's
Yeah,
not
bronze. There's a slight little glitter of bronze on it, yeah.
there. You did tell me gold, though.
Did I?
Yeah, you did say gold earlier on. I'm sure you
You
did.
told us it was gold.
You see how that gold's got little dimples in it? I did that on purpose.
No, I'd not noticed that.
It was
To be
quite hard
fair.
to do that. It was quite hard to do.
Oh, Zed
Right.
just said, "Do you know where rainbows go when they misbehave?
That was
Well,
bronze.
they go to prism. Only a light sentence.
What can you say
Nice.
to that? Eh?
I should put this on my brush.
Well, it's not
Yeah.
gonna. You're not gonna notice it anyway, Brian. Look at it.
No, it's too close to the
It's
original
the colour of the word.
colour.
Yeah, but I might get it on that. We'll do it with a brush. I'm going to do it with a brush.
Yeah. Green Evan Creation says, question. No stupid questions, right? Has anyone used Wood? You mean no stupid answers? Has anyone used Wood Wax 22? I
Yes.
have.
Oh, you have, and use it regularly.
Why do you ask?
Well, he's probably not wanted to buy it in case it's rubbish.
No,
No,
it's a good
very good.
wax. There's nothing wrong with it.
Works for me sometimes, depending on the type of word and what I'm doing. But yeah, that's right. So if you got some, or you're going to get some, use them.
Yep.
Use Hampshire Sheen too. Different product, but
My go-to wax is Hampshire Sheen.
so is mine.
The microcrystalline and
High gloss. Yeah.
High gloss.
high gloss. So that's what I normally use. And these are microcrystalline. No, they're not. Don't be stupid, Brian.
Hampshires of the Sheens.
Hampshires of the Sheen embellishing waxes. Which I'm
The nice
just
thing
trying
about,
to get.
sorry, Brian, yeah, the nice thing about Wood Wax 22 is too, you can use it on, if you've sanded wood really, really good, you can put it on straight onto bare wood.
Yep.
You can.
Have to seal it.
Robert Broadwood has joined us.
Hi, Robert.
Robert,
Good
Welcome
evening,
along,
Robert.
buddy.
where have you been?
Where have you been?
How'd you call this?
What time of day do you call this? Is right. I mean,
Yeah.
for
Not
goodness
good
sake.
enough. We're gonna have to start later, Brian.
Why?
Robert can't get in earlier. Well, look,
Oh,
obviously
no.
he thinks this now, doesn't he?
All right, okay.
Mm.
Well, 8:30.
No, I don't want to start later because it means finishing later, and I don't want to finish later. I
But
like
just
to
do a
leave
bit.
people some time to chill out and relax in the end of the evening. Not that they're not chilled out and relaxed watching me.
Most of them are asleep.
Most of them are asleep.
Terry.
Thanks, Terry.
Oh,
Thanks,
That's
Terry.
all right.
you can always rely on Terry.
Friends like you
Most,
who need generous.
I'll rephrase that, Brian. Sorry, I'll rephrase it. Most of us are asleep.
Okay,
Ooh.
you can get
Terry
worse.
won't sleep for about 2 days with all the chocolate he ate before we came in.
I was just a little bit. One square, I don't
Just
know, or
a
was it
little
two?
bit.
I had ice cream as well before I come in. We cut
Right.
me a lovely jacket potato with oh yeah,
Right,
coleslaw. That was nice.
that's that.
And then I had some ice cream.
We'll leave that for a minute. I'm going to put gold in the middle. Because
I could eat an ice cream because I'm quite warm at the moment.
Got the vapors,
It's
have we,
quite-
Joe?
Pardon?
Got the vapors.
Got the vapors, yeah.
Yeah. Get Glinda chuck a bucket of cold water here.
It wouldn't surprise me if he did.
Okay, you're down.
Mm.
Oops.
You'd have a good laugh at it as well.
Lucy wants to know what color is that? She can't remember, Brian.
This one. This is
Presume
gold.
it's the dark. No, I
The
presume.
first one was bronze,
Bronze.
Yeah,
and then the second one is gold.
and if it's the banda
Hardly
color
any
she's
left
talking
now.
about, what color
Well,
was
this
that?
color it was.
That was turquoise green, but-
Turquoise green.
turquoise green. Yeah.
I saw
But
a
it
few
doesn't
colours
look
covered.
turquoise there on your picture, which it won't.
It doesn't. No, it
'cause
looks really dark actually. I think maybe I put too much on, but it's maybe
Um,
the wood.
the
that's
wood
caused to
soaked
go
it
that
in,
dark.
and it's
Yeah.
could be reacting to the wood.
It's the. It could be, I suppose. Eh? It's maybe just the.
Hello, Rob. The professor says, "Can I see you? Can you see me, Terry?" No, I can't see you, Rob. I can see what you're writing, but I can't see you. So,
Terry, can
why?
you see me?
Did you write
Right.
something that? Oh, we were supposed to, because I haven't been looking at the chat. I was watching Brian. Sorry, but I'll
So I'm
I'll
just
watch the
wiping
chat
that
now
a
if you
bit.
want to say something. I'll have a
I'm gonna
look.
stick that back in there and then we'll spin it up and polish it a wee bit. Wrong way
Give it a wee buff.
again. Give it a wee buff. That's right.
Benjamin says, "Ignore them, Brian." Anyway, he says, "I'm not asleep. I woke up."
I've just woken up. Yeah.
Means you were asleep.
Good man, Ben. I knew you'd. I knew I could rely on you, Ben. Should get you in as the near one, Ben. That might be better.
Yeah, I'll keep the brute awake when well, I may not, of course.
Just keep Joe awake.
Yes. Hey,
Couldn't keep Joe
Don't.
awake, could it? I wasn't going to say that, Brian. That's your.
don't.
Maybe
Jason
even
Levin
got
says,
that
I'm
on
not
camera.
asleep
900
either, Ben.
revs. Nice thick pad. I'm just trying to take
Mind
some
the
of that wax
corners.
back off. Yeah, I'm minding the corners, Terry.
Mind the pinkies.
Just reminding you.
That's why I'm using two hands. This hand's pushing this way.
Jason Leverett says, "I'm not asleep either, Ben. Of course, it's 2:30 in the afternoon where I am." Well, I can tell you now, Jason, at 2:30 this afternoon, I was asleep.
Terry was sleeping. Totally.
I don't know whether I was or I wasn't.
Oh,
I was sitting here watching
Possible-
watching something on my computer, some program. I can't remember who's live it was. I was watching somebody's, and I woke up at 5 o'clock.
well, that was
No,
exciting. It
4:30.
was obviously exciting for you when you fell asleep.
Might be
We're
one of
watching
your
mine again, Terry,
reruns,
weren't we?
Brian. Oh yeah, one of your reruns.
Yeah, I kind of thought that.
Views will be up today, so Brian.
Oh, Rob the professor says, "You said we were asleep," and he said, "And I was having trouble with my eyes."
Oh, I've got a bit of wax in there. I don't want that in there. Get out. Get out.
So Robert's been in his workshop rough turning green cherry, packing it in shavings.
Good man.
Seal the end grain on it.
Yeah,
Because Cherry loves to crack,
loves to.
even when it's rough turn.
If I was you, I'd have turned it to a finish right away, millimeter thick.
So just a quick rub with a soft wire brush. Just get rid
Marcus
of all
is
the
in.
fuzzies.
Yay, I made it.
Hey, Mark.
Hello, everyone.
Make
Alright,
me
Mark.
one, you, Mark.
Oh, babes. Oh, no, that's Jennifer that says that. Right, there we go. What about that, guys? Would that look all right?
That's
It
looking
does.
better now, Brian. See,
Super.
that's looking better. What
Glad
about
I
a bit
told
of
you to
Joe
do it that
Sonia's
way.
across the top of those
Yeah, I
rounds
was
and things?
just thinking, Terry, you took the words right out of my mouth, buddy.
See, great minds and all that.
Mm-hmm. So let's have a look at Joe Sonia's.
Bit of dry brushing right across the top, eh?
We've got some.
Sometimes less
we've
is
got-
more.
We've got iridescent
I think a
turquoise.
bit of natural, Brian, might be the way to go.
Yeah, I do.
Leave a little natural.
I still reckon gold Joe
Because
Sonia's
you've
over
got
there.
such a vivid
Green.
centerpiece
Centerpiece, yeah.
on the other.
Can
that
you
you
see
don't
what
need-
I see?
You don't need anything as
Yeah.
Like
he's,
that.
he's not listening, Joe.
Yeah.
He's not. I see the
Nah.
pain.
You just leave
Not
it
to
as it is, then
compete.
Brian.
No.
And then when you can put it all together, leave it
No.
as it is, not a problem. And then when we switch off, you say, "I don't know that."
So I'll like that. I'll just do this.
Put some Joe Sonia's on there, don't I?
So this is a little bit of turquoise. To match the turquoise.
There you go.
So we're just going to dry brush it. So we'll put some on the brush and oh, you need to go there for a minute. Put it on the brush and just these little throwaway rubber foam brushes are quite good for this. So get it nice and I want this on the. What do I want this on?
Dry.
Change camera there.
Coming.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
definitely
no,
not listened.
So we're just going to put this on here.
Oh no.
Just
Dances
gently.
with Aardvarks is in. Is it Mike?
I guess.
Mike,
No,
yeah.
Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Has Brian got a premiere set for 1 a.m. tonight?
No.
You
Hope
might
not.
have. Why do you want him to, Mike?
Need a little bit more. That's basically all that's getting. So it's just kind of made them, just kind of highlighted them a little bit, but not too much. And it's put a little bit of an edge on them. Well, I hope this works when I cut this up.
So do I.
I think Pete's going to have to do a live next Sunday. Show
Why?
us his new lathe.
Are you trying to worm your way out of another Sunday?
Yeah, he's a
No,
wormy
no,
toad.
it's
He's a wormy
turn.
toad.
It's Pete's turn.
Oh.
L'Italia de Leo. Lionel's in.
Hey,
Hello.
Hello,
Lionel.
Lino.
What's a bit of gold
Bonsoir,
next?
Lionel.
And that's just going to go. Oh, that's not dry enough yet.
Yeah, steady on
Pete can
there.
be stepping. Actually, I think I'm away the week. Is it this weekend or away or next week?
I don't know. You
Can't remember if it's this weekend or next
you're
week.
never here
Away on holiday.
again.
Ruth will tell us. I can't remember which weekend it is. Oh no, I think I'm back in time. She maybe come back for the Sunday. Because she can't stand Pete crying. You've got to come back, she said.
Pete says, question. Read the comments, Terry. Just said I'm doing
What
it live
comments?
tomorrow lunchtime.
Hiya, Pete. Well done, mate. Joe's in charge of comments.
Well, I don't know. You don't do so bad yourself interfering with them.
Oh, William, you never guess what arrived today.
Ooh,
Oh,
paint.
Yep,
More paint.
William's Joe Sonia's paints arrived today.
Oh,
Ooh, watch this space.
yeah.
I'm going to
Well,
stick
you
it
got
up on the
space
shelf
on your.
with all the
Watch
rest
You
of
got
it.
space on the shelf for the
Yeah.
to sit with the others.
Yeah,
For I'm going to send them down to William. Or I'm going to take them down, one of the two. I'm not sure which yet.
show me how to use it.
Shouldn't rush because you're not
And
going to
then-
use it every year.
Then I'm
That's
going to
just
go
what we-
back in 6 weeks and take them back again.
What
Yeah.
colour is it you're putting on now, Brian?
That's gold.
That's the gold.
Hmm. Looks a bit green, doesn't it?
What?
That's just a shadow, Joe.
That's it. That's
Is it
all it's
Terry?
getting. That's all it's getting.
Okay.
That's the spouting. The spouting's got this, the chemical in the gold is
Right.
active
Okay.
with the spouting.
I understand. Okay.
It'll be fine. It'll be grand. So next
It'll
part of
be-
the process then, guys, is to let that dry a minute.
I was going to say let it dry before you do the rest.
But then I'll have to sand all these lines
I
off.
like the centre of it. I must admit, I do like the. It's almost like a bullseye, isn't it?
I forgot I have to sand these lines off.
Paul Kavanagh says, illegally smuggling chemicals across the international border and into the EU. Shameful, he says.
It is. I did warn them against it, Paul. But they said.
Little do
Ryan
I
said it's
care.
either. Ryan said it's either me going to bring it down or Paul.
Paul said he would never do anything like that.
Never. No,
Yeah.
beyond them.
Of course,
Definitely beyond Paul. And I've broken the what do you call it?
What?
What do you call it?
Who do you mean,
Don't
Flip?
know.
What's the name?
What do you call it?
Sounds like
Thingy doer.
that's what we're
The
asking.
what?
Indexing. That's what it is.
Well, he's broken his
Oh.
index system.
Oh, right. Wait a minute.
I made the cardinal sin. I had the indexing system engaged.
20. It's the 28th commandment. Do not switch lathe on with index system engaged.
Correct.
Oh, I see.
So we had a
Right.
slight
Tends to-
pooper, and it's
Tends
bent.
to bend it.
It did bend it. So it just about grips now, but it doesn't. It won't actually go into the hole. But never mind.
Jason's
knock it
asking
back.
if you are going to cut this into 4 pieces.
You're absolutely right, Jason.
Whilst you were asleep, Jason, you did mention that.
I'm not very good at this sawing and stuff either, boys. So this could go horribly wrong,
That'll be
they are
fine.
good.
or it could be perfect.
They'll be
As long as your
Let's see,
fingers are intact after you finish,
Well, that's true. Yeah, that's the important bit.
that's the important bit.
Never mind the piece, as long as your fingers come out all right.
That's it, Zed. It is. That's the commandment just before thou shalt not use a screw to open oil paint cans.
And how many people are guilty of that?
Not me.
I am.
Not me, because I'm not miserable. I bought a nice little cannon before.
I use my tin parting tool to open wax tins all the time.
I like a Richard Fielding come back saying, "Well, what's Shay going to do now then, Paul?" Still on the subject of smuggling.
There's no smuggling goes on an island. Stop that.
He says, "Let me know if you're going down and you want
It's a nice
company on my
secure-
gate crash."
It's a nice secure border. It could be
Oh,
this
says he
Saturday,
only-
Paul.
He only used the skew to stir the paint.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't damage the edge. Just stir it.
Terry, have you used Georgios on your paint yet?
Yeah.
Oh, I've just made a mistake. I've just taken that second line off. I didn't need to take that
I
second
have,
line.
Joe. You obviously didn't see my live on Sunday.
I was there, wasn't I?
You obviously
Weren't paying
didn't take any
attention to
notice of it, though.
No, I was too busy concentrating on the chat.
You tell the truth. You fell asleep.
I was only meant to take one line off there. That wasn't
Well,
very
why
smart.
did you take them both off?
Because I'm a muppet.
Don't
You
worry,
wanna
Brian.
cut- you
wanna
It'll be
cut
fine.
centre
It'll be
ones, right?
fine. You know the way they go now.
That's not what I'm worried about. That's it. Somewhere about there will be grandish. Because the next part of the process is to get rid of that piece of wood. So let's have this off of the faceplate ring. What have you done with my chuck
Paul
key,
Kavanagh
Terry?
says Paul Kavanagh said quite possibly I'm in Dublin for the Gaelic on Saturday.
Ooh,
I'll
are
be
you?
in what's it? Polyprod in the village. But
I'll
if
be the
Brian's
only
going
prod
on
in the
Sunday,
village.
The only prod in the village.
but if Brian's going on Sunday, ... so he could be changing his mind.
You can't. Is the what is it? The quarterfinals on Saturday or the semi-finals or what is it? Because it doesn't have mess up the traffic.
Does it?
I have to say. Oh yeah. Oh, when you get 80,000 people going into a stadium, it kind of makes a mess of the traffic.
Oh, yeah.
I've lost my
Oh,
chuck
yeah.
key.
Oh yeah, don't want that. Do you?
Especially in Dublin.
I'll stay clear of that lot.
Right, so that's that bit. That does look
I
green.
bet.
That. Why did that go green like that?
So look, we can't see it.
Sorry. This
Where?
this definitely is green.
That's the chemical in the spalting.
It's supposed to be iridescent turquoise.
No, it's the chemicals reacting to the spalting.
I
There.
know.
See, that side's green as well.
I know.
In fact, that spalting's better. That side should use that one.
No, you wouldn't want to colour
shut
that,
up,
would
Terry.
you?
Right, shut up, Terry.
Yes, Brian.
I'm just going to cut it off. Never mind colour it. I'm going to cut it off.
That's all right. You cut it.
Any
Right,
second
people
now.
in the chat, watch closely now. Brian's going to perform a miracle.
Well, he's not. He's going to close that up. I will be with you in 2 seconds. I'm just going to close a few things up here. Take my gloves off. And I need a small piece of cardboard. Cardboard. This bit'll do. I hope it'll do anyway. Stanley knife just to chop that bit off. Like that. Get rid of that. Well, this Stanley knife's quite blunt, I have to say. 2 cuts to get rid of that.
Take it to
And
the
I'm
Pro
just
Edge.
taking this over. Put it on the Pro Edge, boy. So
Paul's asking, let him know if you are going, Brian. He'll get crash if he might get crash with you.
okay, mate. So let's
If
go.
you want some company.
Let's go over here to the thickness of planer, and we're going to take all that extra timber off of this piece of wood. That should be fine. Switch on the old extractor. Not that it works, because it never really does work. Hope you can see that.
It helps.
And
It'll
I've got a
take
little
some
push
of it.
stick here to push this in with, and I'm protecting the face there with a piece of cardboard. Look.
Yeah.
Round that way. So we'll do it with the grain the first time. Take that back to there. Switch it on. Switch it on to the wall first. That'd be a good trick.
It is going with the grain across the cutters, is it?
With the grain, yeah.
Yeah. Don't ever go the other way.
And then just go push that in.
Just like that.
And I can push it with a cardboard. So that should go.
The big cut. Careful. Lots of
It's a
light
bit noisy.
cuts, Brian. Light cuts.
Yeah, it was growling a bit there, wasn't it?
Light cuts. Millimeter at a time.
How many times do you have to put it through?
It's got to go down a half an inch.
Takes off a couple of mil at a time.
So he wants to go down
Oh.
10 or 12 times, doesn't he?
And where do the shavings go then?
Down that
Out the
black
pipe,
tube.
see the suction pipe?
Oh, I see what you're saying now. Yeah. Duh.
It's blocked now.
If not, it usually goes over the workshop floor. If that pipe comes off, we'll see him.
You can tell he's having a good time, can't you?
He can't hear us either. It's so loud.
No, we can say all sorts now.
Yeah, jobs like that I do outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mind you, it gives everybody a clue as to what this machine can do.
Yeah.
I mean, I've
They
never
really
seen
shouldn't
one
do it
in,
that. They shouldn't do it that hard, really. Never mind.
I've never seen a machine like this before. So I'm sure other people would have done either.
He is impatient, Roy.
It's a bandit. It's not a bandit. Triton, is it? Triton.
Yeah, try it.
Is
Yeah.
this the one? Is this the one that got a Flynn?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's getting
Wow.
impatient. You should do it small. In a minute, it'll stick. Score up the front of it. That's better. No.
This should be the last pass, or the second last.
He is, Stuart. He is abusing the blades by the sounds of it. They're working hard, very hard.
You can hear, look, he's not moving the cutter down anymore, but it's still cutting 2 more times because he forced the thing in.
Sorry, guys, that was rather noisy, but sure, that's
Yeah,
just how
It
it is.
wasn't too
You
bad on
took
our
too
end.
big a cut, Brian, on quite a few of those.
Well, I just took a full 2 mil, Terry, just to get
It's
rid of
going
it.
to ruin you. You know, you
No, it isn't, Terry.
could damage the workpiece.
It's fine, Terry.
Yeah, sure. Who cares? You can
It's
afford
fine,
a new
Terry.
one.
Look, it's still grand. It's still okay in the back. Just
You
needs a
can-
light sand on the back, but I'll do that later. I'm going to worry about that later.
I was asking, is this what you got off Glyn?
Yes. So next thing you need to look at then is just change that camera again, so you don't get seasick. We'll go turn this and put it about there somewhere.
It's nice to see it out of the box.
Yeah.
I've
Nice to
used
see
it
it
a
out
lot,
the box.
unlike Glenn, who never used it at all. How's that picture? Down a little bit.
Down a smidgen, yeah. That's not bad. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
That do?
Yeah.
So
That'll do.
now
The
I made,
Yorkshire
I
Gitters
made a
in.
little jig
Hi, Glenn.
Evening,
that
Glenn.
sits on my doofer danger. And
Has Glenn got one of those?
Terry says I have to cut this face up.
Face up.
So what we need to do first is set the depth of the blade. The depth of the blade should be just higher than the material. Isn't that right, Terry?
Oh, yeah, a little bit higher than that because you want it coming on the cutting down side. You don't want it cutting across it. So another ½ inch.
Oh, that's just
So it
above
comes
the
down
teeth, so
on
that
it.
should be fine.
That's it. You want a little bit more just so it comes down on it.
Yeah, that'll do.
So,
That's all it's can.
yeah. If not, you
Thank
cut
you.
across it and you can tear it that way. So, that's it.
I think Glyn was asking about is it the planer thicknesser?
Yeah.
This
Whatever
is
it
not
was.
gonna fit.
Now you need a table behind you, Brian, because that's not fitting. Ooh, hang on. That could be a bit.
Should have made that a bit longer.
Right, tell you what, Brian. Hang on, get over this. Lower the blade down. Lower the blade right down till it's only about half a
I see
centimeter
what you're
above.
doing.
Lower it,
You've
lower
made
right down.
extra-
Lower right, bit more. Lower it quite low.
What for?
Just do as you're told. Lower it.
To do what?
Because as it disappears down, it gives you more room.
Stop
to
there.
put your block
Stop
of
there.
wood on.
Now make your cuts on those now.
I can only make one cut, Terry.
You
It's
can
gonna
make
be
2 cuts. You got to turn it around. You can do that one then to turn it around, aren't you?
No, you only need to do one. And once you go in an inch or two, then you can let the blade up. You'll have space.
No, if he runs a cut straight across halfway, Brian,
I'm going to run the cut
and
all
that'll
the way
glide
across.
the blade for it'll glide the blade for the next time. You can do it twice.
I think it's a table saw. Although I'm not sure.
Make it easy. Go right across with it so the blade comes out the other end. Don't pull it back, switch it off. Never pull it backwards. Right, now flip it around the other way.
No, I don't want to flip it around. I want to cut it completely.
Oh, I would flip it around and cut it half first.
Why?
Because
I'm
that way
gonna
you
have
got
to do it.
better.
Oh, it's going to be 2 cuts on the other side. It'll be much shorter.
It'll be shorter for the next cut, yeah.
But you'll have it dead bordered then when you could wobble it the next time. See?
Well, it just have to be what it'll be, Terry. I want this to cut this through this time. That's it.
That's it.
Go through.
Perfection.
Now, take that back up there. Get that in the middle again. Just there. Set that in there.
Take the other piece out of the way.
Switch this all back on.
That switch is designed, Brian, to be right at your left knee.
It is.
He leans down. Got bad knees, Brian. Put those two together so they match still. So you know you want the right pieces.
Yeah, Lewis is saying, Brian, you absolutely need extension tables to do this
He does.
safely.
You do.
But you know that now, so you can
But I
sort
haven't
it.
got one, so we'll just go with what we've got. As long as it's
Very
behind the
careful.
piece.
Yeah, don't ever bring it back towards you. Switch it off.
Huey Lion's Heart is in.
Hey,
Hello,
Huey.
Huey.
Huey. This is Evening People's question. Is that a Freud blade? Freud blade?
It is. Fruit.
Right. That's that bit. Put them back on there. Carry them over to the lathe. Switch the extractor off. Let me just tidy up around my lathe a little bit. You can keep watching that camera for a second. Bring it to there for a minute. Just tidying up a little
Lovely
bit.
new table saw.
That is my nice new table, so it is correct. First time I've used it in anger. So I'm a little bit afraid of it, to be honest.
I know, it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. So now we have an assembly job today. Let's go to the overhead. We'll go to the overhead. So now we have this piece. We have some brass rods.
Hey.
I'll just set them there. And I have already pre-drilled the holes because it just takes too long. So that goes in there and gets tapped in. This one goes in here. Tapped in.
Have you already cut them to length, or has that got to be done?
They're all cut to length.
Cool.
I've already done everything I need to do. This is just an assembly job. So I'll do these from the side because I can't really tap them in from there. I don't know if you can still see that. Can you? Oh, you can.
Yeah, it's all good.
Love to make my life easy, don't I? Once more we're feeling.
It's all coming together now.
Love Brian's hammer.
Well, the holes are pre-drilled, so I'm not actually hammering it. I'm just tapping.
Greenhaven Crazes, Brian just said the same thing.
That one's a bit squint. Straighten up a bit. That's okay. And then we have these four pieces. Can't believe I've done all this.
There you go.
And that one has to go there.
There.
That one has to go there. That one has to go there somewhere. And that one has to go there. That's it.
That's it.
So let's just... The holes are pre-drilled in here as well.
Ease them both in. You don't want to be banging those points too hard, do you? Have you got? Can you nip over to your bandsaw and cut a piece of wood that is a V shape like that, Bri. Use one of those as a template. Right angle on it, so you can press the wood onto the points and hit it.
I know what you mean, Terry. That one
You
there's
don't
not
want
in
to
right.
damage the points, do you?
This one in here's not. That's not in right. There we go.
Whack it one.
Just whack it. Oh, this one's a bit bent. Straighten up a wee bit. There we go. I knew my
Cool.
my drilling skills weren't that good.
Not vertical drill, eh?
But is it? Yeah, it is actually. The drill's fine. It's just the operator.
Operator error.
It's just the operator. The operator's hopeless.
Professor says he's got 12 hammers. Would you like one, Bri?
I've got loads of hammers. But you're right, Terry. I need a V block. It's funny I made one earlier, eh?
Zombie said Wayne would have turned those brass rods from a 3-inch billet.
Probably. My name's not Wayne, though. I think that one's in.
Oh,
Sounds
I'd
like
say it's in.
In like Flint.
So we'll just do the same on this side. That one's in. Which one
You
have I
can
done?
tweak them a bit after anyway.
You've done the
Okay.
one nearest you, and you've done that one, so let's see the two to go now. It will knock them off the ends unless you're really hard. The shock would knock the other ones off.
And that should be 30 mil in there,
more.
but it's not.
No, the other that one, yeah.
That one, yeah, that's it.
One,
That's loose
yeah,
and stuff.
close.
You might have to go round again though, Bri, because you know.
Oh.
I hope that. Right, cut a V block now. Said use a scrap bit and cut a V block. No, you got to do that.
Do it now. I'm doing it now. Shut up, Terry.
You're worried of me.
You're worried of me, Terry.
I did tell you to cut one proper.
I'm doing it now, Terry. Would you ever give myself a bit of peace?
I did say that, Zed. As he hits one side, the other one will bounce out. Let's see, puts that in a V block the other end as well. Bolts it down. He'll be all right. Put it in a vice and squeeze them both together with a V block each end.
Can you see what I see?
No, we're on the wrong camera.
That's good because I'm trying to cut a V block.
Benjamin says one of Newton's laws is causing an issue. It is.
Be fine. I'll overcome it in a minute.
You obviously haven't been here very much, Zed. Brian always does a 36-hour live.
Well, what time is it?
It's only 1:45. 11.
Yeah, quarter to what?
No, it's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 bells.
Ah.
You're okay.
You're all right.
You're nearly done.
Got another hour before everybody starts to go to bed. Sorry for some of them, though, and Jason, he's only 3:30 for him. He got all day. We probably lost the Australians now because it's probably 3 in the morning.
Oh, what I'm going to do? My clamp's not big enough. My quick clamp ain't big enough.
Put one of the V blocks on your bed of your lathe and push it up against the headstock. And with the other one, you can tap.
It's all right, Terry. It's all right, Terry.
2 V blocks on each side.
It's all right, Terry.
Unless you've got a sash cramp, but I doubt it.
You do?
Oh, Robert Ballward said that as well. Sash cramp. You asked what time it was. Roy said it's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Short, Roy.
Stuart
Let's
Greeley
go there.
says Brian won't be told, not even by Newton.
Who's this guy Newton you keep talking about?
Oh, he has got a sash cramp. Well done, Brian. Now, don't tighten it so much that the brass rods bend. It means you've gone too far. Evening, Mike Evans. Thanks for coming in late. It's fine.
Hey, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Brian's now constructing, Mike.
Get your measuring tape out now.
Squeezing two things together, trying to get 30 mil between. If his measurements is right.
They're not.
That's not right.
Oh,
And close.
keep going, Brian.
Don't
keep
forget
going.
check the other side as well, because the other side's the same. Are we pulling equal?
That's close enough. That'll do.
I do.
That's close enough.
Good, because Roy's just about to have breakfast. He said.
Can you see that?
We can see it.
Yep. Yep.
Do the other one now.
Not right.
There, look at that. Look at that. All this effort, and you'll look at it and say, "Don't like that."
Don't like that. Yep, that's
I want some colour on
that's
that. I want some
almost
colour
that's
on
almost
that. I
guaranteed,
want some
Terry.
colour. I want some colour on that. You'll say.
It's almost guaranteed, Terry. So let's just put that in there and then tighten up again. That's not going in straight.
Yeah, Lewis got a good point. He said, more importantly, not the distance, but more importantly, the corners are square. On the outer edges of all of it is a square.
I know.
He can tweak it after anyway.
Well, you can measure across now. You can measure across the corners.
That's as good as it's getting, boys. It's not getting any more. I hate to tell you.
Measure across the corners, see if it's equal. If it is, then you'll be almost invincible.
Clint at Wood Dancer says, Brian, you need
What?
to make a sliding table for your table saw.
It's
You don't
40.
want to be watching videos from left ear
It's what,
at
Brian?
Hartwood turning.
455 mil that way,
455 mil.
and 456 that, and 460.
Oh,
that
almost
way.
invincible. Right, squeeze that one in a bit then.
There's 5 mil in it.
No, I didn't. It's just 2 mil in there.
No,
No, there's 5 mil in it.
One's
5
55,
oh.
other one's 60.
You got to squeeze that one in 2.5 then. 2.5 millimeter. That'll be equal then.
This one wants to go squint for some reason.
Cut the V block wrong.
It's either that or that's not right.
Yeah.
But we'll give it a go and see can we.
Well, it's only got to be within a couple of mil, isn't it?
No, that's starting to bend that. I'm not doing it.
No, that's that then.
We'll
Open
leave
the
it.
other two out slightly.
Terry, I think it'll be fine. I think it will be grand. There you go.
Well, we need to see it standing up now because because that's when it's going to be looked at. That looks all right, actually.
Well, you just have to imagine it standing up, won't you? No way.
No, you can stand it up, put it on the end camera.
Well, I could, aye. But it's going to hang up like that.
It's hanging on a wall, isn't it?
So let's just stand it up there like that. It's not quite square there. What's going on there?
That's just bending the
That's
wires
fine,
a bit.
That's fine. That's when the wires are a little bit bent. Let's go to this camera. Oh, wait a minute. Let's put a. I haven't got a grey screen to put in behind it.
Don't worry, we'll see.
This should be big enough, I think. Put this in behind it. That's about.
Yeah, you want to bend. You want to bend the one closest to the back of the lathe, back a bit. The little the things are bent, obviously. Bending back.
This one.
Yeah, bending backwards
Back
towards the headstock.
Back toward the headstock, yeah.
Oh,
You look down the cardboard, you will see. Look down the cardboard. See where one's off?
Oh, this one here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's further
That
from
way,
the...
yeah.
I'll worry about that.
You'll get that. You'll get that.
I'll worry about
Just
that later, boys. That's not
Yeah.
that's not a drama.
Just
You can-
see it like that. Perfect. Wonderful job. Except the right, top right hand for us is just
That's this one.
slightly down. Yeah,
Yeah.
he wants to come up a bit.
Bit skew with.
That's the only one. That's it. There you go. That's better already.
They're not glued around. They're just stuck in there.
No, no,
so
no,
it'll
no.
take a
Yeah,
bit
no,
more
you
time.
can square them. You can square them up after.
Square 'em
You
up
can square it
there.
all up, and
They
there you go.
looks perfect as is.
That looks great.
And now,
Nice
now it's
concept,
the,
though, mate.
now,
Looks
now
good.
it's the bottom left.
It looks
So
all
that'll
right.
look nice on a plain
Looks
white
all
wall
right.
or something.
It will. The clock in the middle.
We
As
need a bit of
somebody said.
a little bit of sanding, a little bit of finishing,
Mm.
and we're done. There you go, guys. That's the
Glue it
way
in.
done.
Be great.
Light down because it looks better against the grey, I think.
We'll
You just have
stand
to
the grey
mark
up. Put the cardboard on the
Yeah.
floor.
No, it'll be fine. It's fine. You can see it the way it is. It's fine. Go there. There. You can
Looks
see it
better
fine.
standing up.
I don't care.
I don't care either. Looks better standing up.
Let me bring you Hallions back in.
Pete's just put his
Anybody
live in
got
for
any
tomorrow,
questions?
everybody.
Oh, good man, Pete. Well done.
Well done, Pete.
Well done, Pete.
Anybody got any questions on what I've covered this evening? I know it was a bit sketchy over by the old table saw, but yeah, I haven't got bed extensions for it.
Not yet.
Can you? Can you
Make
get
'em.
bed extensions for that?
No, you can
Well,
make them.
You can make up a sled anyway. So
Get
we
some
spoke
MDA.
about it
I will
there
be
one
making up
day
a
as well.
sled.
So
Absolutely.
What's it called?
Absolutely no
Get
doubt.
some.
We're making up a
Get
sled.
some. What's the name? MDF and make some side
That's
tables.
true. Right. So let me bring you guys back in.
Paul Finney
Yeah,
likes it
just
anyway.
like that.
So does Doug Miller. There we are, everybody. Back
So,
again. We're
there
back
we go,
on
guys. It was a two-parter. It took a bit of time to get there, but I think it turned out
three
all right.
parts.
If I was doing it again, I might actually turn them round and put the point in the way.
Well, I was going to say that, but you already drilled the O's. It looks good anyway.
I like it as is.
It'll do you. Not
Hashtag
bad for
wall,
two parts.
Hashtag wall art.
Wall
there you
art,
go.
isn't it? That's what it is. Wall art. It's your interpretation of wall art. Cool.
Perfect.
I was thinking you can draw a square you want to fit it in and shoot it up. You could. Exactly. I could just make a little square piece and square it up.
Yeah.
But does it need to be square? I think it's
No, it
pretty,
don't have to be.
pretty close
Huey
to
likes
square,
it.
isn't it?
But then Huey likes anything, doesn't he?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
He likes Everton, so
They are, Hugh. And you can't put yours on, but I can.
Double our own.
you want me to send you the link, Huey?
Don't you dare.
Change cameras. There we go. Right, there we go, guys. That's us. We're done. 9:10. That wasn't too bad. 2 hours to finish that little piece off. I enjoyed doing that. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it.
Lewis said Pablo Ousby.
Pablo Ousby. Pablo de Ousby. Only a mad genius would come up with that design. Yeah, you're right.
Exactly, P.
Mad anyway. I'm not sure about the genius, but certainly mad. There's no doubt about that.
Got some really nice comments, Brian. Really
Thanks,
good,
guys.
Brian.
Try something
Imaginative,
different, Brian.
Nice job.
You gotta try something different.
Something
You know
different.
how
Well
it-
executed.
Mate, well done.
You know how I always say that I don't like to do things, two things the same.
Yeah, William
there's
said it
four-
right there.
there's
Then
four-
he
there's
said
four things the
he
same.
said it was well executed. Doesn't matter what you make, you did it well. So
Thank you.
that's what
Appreciate
counts.
that, guys. I really enjoyed that. If you liked it, give it a share and see will anybody else like it. And if you haven't already, give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, why not?
Get over and get it done.
Why not? Get
Get
your
over and
backside
get
over
it
there
done.
and hit
And
the
tell
like
you-
button on the way out.
And
Or
don't
don't come
forget to
back.
tell your sons and daughters, grannies and granddads to subscribe as well. Because I
Cats
need
and
them.
dogs. Everybody.
Benjamin wants to see the design.
The design. Designs.
Ben was
slightly,
asleep then.
Where did I put it? I think I threw it in the bin.
Send your
Was
address
that-
on a postcard, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Through the £4 postage.
Yeah, there was the original design.
Camera.
Camera.
Oh, camera. Sorry. There's the original design. Camera. There's the original design. So I was going to try and make them with swept curves on them, but that it became a bit too technical for me. So these bits were going to have a swept curve on here, but it left you couldn't put. There wasn't a lot left for design. Okay, but that's how we started it off. That was the original thought in my head, which developed into that. Designs are fluid.
Very fluid.
Well, in my head they are anyway. They just pop in and pop out again sometimes, you know.
Well, it popped out. There it is on the table. Good
And
job.
it's there. Back to where am I? Back to there. So there you go. That's it. We're going to probably press the button, guys. It's 9:15. Some of you guys, some of you old guys like Terry will need to go to bed shortly.
No, I've had an afternoon kip. I'm fine.
Oh, you've had an afternoon. Oh, so Terry, I'm up till 2
Yeah,
o'clock in the morning.
I can because I'm retired. I can do what I like.
You have to send Zed some of that Toblerone, Terry.
Is it all
Sorry,
gone?
Zed, but I got lots. Yeah. Every time I run out, my dear wife buys me some more. Bless her.
She's good. She's good. Bless her, right.
She is.
Right, man. We're done.
Good night, everybody.
Any of you
Take care,
got
everyone.
any more comments or
Good
anything
night,
you want to
everyone.
make? No? Okay.
Thanks
Well,
for
press the
coming in.
Thanks for coming
Press the
in,
like
boys.
button on the
And,
way out. If you liked it. If you didn't, well, don't.
Pete's on lunchtime tomorrow, and Pete will tell
Yep,
you who's
1
on.
o'clock.
Wayne's on Wednesday, blah, 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 through the week, and we'll just introduce
Yep.
each other as we go through the week rather than me tell you who everybody is.
Yeah. 1
Thanks
o'clock is
very
it,
much.
P?
Yeah, but 1 o'clock.
With his new lathe, everybody.
Yeah, with his
He's got his new lathe.
Yeah.
It's a sewing
Yeah.
machine, by the way. It's not a lathe, it's a sewing machine.
His new sewing machine.
Sewing machine.
Right, press the button now. Good night.
See you
Bye,
later.
everyone.
Night, everybody.
Bye, everybody. And the button is pressed.